This is the new MSI Stealth 16, and it is MSI's first real attempt at a premium thin and light gaming laptop. And it looks really promising, but nothing is perfect. So should you buy it? Let's find out. And please like and subscribe if you like these type of videos. From the outside, the Stealth really lives up to its name, because it doesn't look much like a gaming laptop at all. The most flashy parts it has are these line accents and a small logo in the corner, which is actually very unlike MSI, to be honest. It has this really beautiful, fully aluminum gray body that feels really sturdy from the outside. Its corners are nice and rounded off, but it does have some sharp edges towards the ports. And the back doesn't feel as premium as the rest of the laptop. Also, when this laptop heats up, it can creak a little if you really try to push it. But during normal use and while holding it, you really don't notice all of this. But MSI went out to create a thin and light device, and they succeeded. The Stealth 16 is one of the lightest 16-inch gaming laptops, and being just under 2 centimeters, it's also quite thin. You can easily one-hand this thing, and it'll feel good doing it. But don't let those looks fool you, because it is packed with specs. With an RTX 5080 and a new Intel Ultra 300 series chip, it should be an absolute beast. But I say should because it does put lower power limits on that GPU. And we'll have to see whether it actually reaches those limits in games as well. It does also come in lower spec variants though, which will probably be more suited for this laptop's power envelope. I just want to see the maximum amount of power it can pump out of this little body. When we get to its port selection, it has basically everything you could ever need. Even an Ethernet port, which is getting quite rare with thinner laptops. Now, last year's Stealth A16 had a whack power connector location. It was on the right side, which I guess was good for left-handed people. Well, I can happily say that MSI listened, and they put it on the correct side of the laptop. Although they still have most bulky ports on the right side, which still kind of hinders mouse movement. Or maybe at MSI is just left-handed, I don't know. It comes with a 240 watt power brick, which unfortunately is not gallium nitride, so it's on the big side and a little bulky. But you can use a smaller brick for emergencies, since it also supports USB-C charging. Now let's look at its keyboard. And you've probably already seen this, but they basically copied the design for the 16-inch MacBook Pro. But that does make it look really sleek and balanced. It has a 4-zone RGB backlight, so you can have some pretty cool looking effects. But man, do I wish they put the old Stealth 14's backlight on this thing. I mean, its perky RGB was rivaling some Razer laptops. This one does get decently bright, but the plastic side lighting just looks a bit tacky. But how does it type? Well, it's a really nice keyboard. It does feel a bit plasticky, but it has long enough key travel and is nice and thumpy. So overall, it's just really comfortable to use. Moving down, we have its trackpad. And again, taking a page out of Apple's homework isn't bad, because this trackpad is huge. It is made of glass, but at least on my unit, it's a bit rattly if you tap on it. And while the clicks are definitely nice, again, it feels slightly cheap due to that rattling noise. These kind of things do vary per unit, so not everyone might have these issues. Other than that, it doesn't require much force to press down, and it feels very comfortable to use. Moving up, we have its display. And with a 2.5K 240Hz OLED panel, it really doesn't get better than this. With it being OLED, it has gorgeous, accurate colors with infinite contrast, and those blacks just look awesome. With 240Hz, it's about as smooth as you can get for gaming, especially combined with the near instant pixel response times of an OLED. And 2.5K is plenty high res for 16 inches. You're not gonna spot any pixels here. It also gets plenty bright, going up to 500 nits in standard content and up to 600 in HDR stuff. And to top that off, it has one of the best anti-reflective coatings on any laptop right now. This is very similar or the same coating used on the Asus Zephyrus laptops. So while it is glossy, it handles reflections super well. The display doesn't open up that far, but it does feel sturdy to open and close, especially with that built-in magnet for the screen. I do think the lip on the front could be a little bigger though. Opening it with one hand does require some practice. The display itself doesn't really move when you're actually using it, but it can wobble when you're setting it down somewhere. But with a metal back and a glass front, it is sturdy and it won't bend if you handle it too rough. So at least for the display, it is top notch. But MSI wants to fix all their problems at once with one laptop. And while speaker quality is usually something they cheap out on, they added these massive grills to the top. So how does the new Stealth sound? Well, it sounds awesome. It has a surprising amount of bass, it sounds really clear, and it can get quite loud. It's got two subwoofers on the bottom and those two big grills at the top. Although I feel like they could have fit some bigger speakers in here. If you turn on your flashlight, you can see that these aren't super big drivers. Now this laptop comes with the Nahimic app, where you can really customize it the way you want. But I myself would recommend using the music profile with maybe a little more bass than default. They're not the best of the best speakers I've ever heard on a laptop, but they're definitely top 10. Bottom line, for games, music, or anything else, it sounds good. The webcam is a bit soft, but it looks alright for most use cases. The microphone sounds quite clear though. It's not the best of the best, but probably very nice on average. By the way, this laptop also has a physical webcam switch, which is handy for you know what. But now we come to the part that I'm most interested in, performance. It is really hard to make a laptop that is both thin and light, but also performs well, which is why a lot of companies have not done it yet. So with a damn RTX 5080 and that new Intel 300 chip, how fast is the Stealth 16? Well, in Cinebench R23, it does really well. The Ultra 9 386H is a great gaming chip, and the one on here performs basically identical to the other laptops I've tested with it. And in 3DMark TimeSpy, while we do see that its lower power limits make it perform worse than a full power RTX 5080, it does outperform some similar laptops with the same chip from last year. But benchmarks only tell you isolated performance numbers. We need to see how it performs with both the CPU and GPU working hard at the same time. And it is a gaming laptop after all, so let's see how it performs in some actual games. So like expected, the Stealth 16 can game very well. Even at its full native resolution of 2.5K, it ran every single game, both CPU and GPU intensive, at high frame rates. But is that RTX 5080 actually reaching its advertised wattage limits? Well, yes. While it doesn't reach that full 125 watts in Cyberpunk, this is excluding the 25 watts of dynamic boost that it divides between the CPU and GPU, so it is reaching its power limit. Because that power limit is quite a bit lower than the maximum of an RTX 5080, it is on the lower end of 5080s, but it is still way faster than the average 5070 Ti. So be it for gaming, heavy applications, or basically anything else, the Stealth 16 is gonna handle it just fine. But performance is not everything. This is a pretty thin laptop with lots of power, and more power means more heat. So is this thing cooled well? Well, it really depends. In its maximum performance profile, it is definitely running hot. Both the CPU and GPU will reach their thermal limits after a while in heavy graphical games. Now, MSI told me that the CPU in here should not be going higher than 85 degrees Celsius. So I don't know, maybe I have a defective unit here, but I did buy this just from a regular store, so I'm just showing you what numbers I'm getting. You can lower temperatures by quite a bit if you just prop it up a little on the bottom, so I would recommend doing that or buying a laptop cooler if you can. You can also put it lower to balanced mode, and that does keep it a lot cooler on both the CPU and GPU. But in that balanced mode, it also massively limits the GPU's wattage, which from my testing gives you like 20% lower graphical performance. So for gaming, I wouldn't really recommend doing that. So you can either get the most performance, but with it running at its thermal limits, or have worse performance, but with it running cooler. I have a feeling that the lower spec models of this laptop are gonna run cooler, so 5070 Ti or lower. I mean, this laptop does not have a vapor chamber, so temperatures are similar to other thinner laptops at its size. These are not dangerous temperatures or anything. I mean, a laptop's CPU and GPU are gonna limit themselves way before they overheat or anything. But it definitely does run hot. But then again, I was not able to compare these temperatures numbers with any other reviewer because no one else has reviewed this laptop yet. Now, does the Stealth 16 also run loud? Well, no, it is actually relatively quiet compared to other gaming laptops. But then again, this one is running hot, so I would actually pump up those fan speeds a little if you can. Under light or normal use though, it is silent most of the time. But what about battery life? It does have that new Intel chip, which is really efficient, so does it last long? Well, I tested its battery in two different scenarios, under light use and during gaming. In the light use test, I played a YouTube video until its battery died with its display at 80% brightness, at 60 Hz and with the dedicated GPU turned off. And it did quite well. More than 10 hours is really good for any laptop. However, with the 386H in here, I was expecting a bit more. The laptops that I've tested before with this same exact chip lasted considerably longer. So I'm thinking the Stealth 16 just uses a bit more power on battery. The 386H is a really efficient processor, built on a brand new process node, so I feel like it should have done better. Now in the gaming test, I played Minecraft until its battery died with the same settings as before. And here, it did last really long. Minecraft might be a lighter title, but almost 4 hours for any game is really impressive. Now, when it comes to upgradeability, thin and light laptops usually do not have the space for modular components. But this is where the Stealth has an ace up its sleeve. Because believe it or not, it has fully upgradable memory, supporting up to 128 GB of RAM, if you can get your hands on it. It also has two M.2 SSD slots, so storage upgrades are very easy, and it even has a Wi-Fi card slot, although Wi-Fi 7 should be enough for everyone. But let's get to the saddest part of any laptop review, the reality check. How much does the Stealth 16 cost? Well, the slightly lower spec RTX 5070 Ti model starts at only 2,900 euros in Europe. And the 5080 model, so the one used in this video, really is not that much more. In the US, it's also around the same price, which I really did not expect for a new laptop. I know 3,000 bucks seems like a lot for a laptop, but with the way that RAM prices are right now, that is a very reasonable price. The direct competition from ASUS is almost 2,000 bucks more expensive. And the same goes for the Razer Blade 16, which is also way pricier. This laptop is almost priced like it was released last year, so bravo MSI, because it is not overpriced. I'll put links for all of these models in the description down below for if you're interested. But let's get to an actual conclusion here. Is the 2026 MSI Stealth 16 worth it? Well, if you're looking for a thin and light gaming laptop right now, I would say yes, absolutely. MSI might not have been known for their MacBook-like devices, but this being the first time they tried, it is an awesome laptop. It has a gorgeous display, which is up there with the best panels on any laptop right now. It has good gaming performance and should be able to handle everything you throw at it. And it's built pretty well and is thin and light, so it's downright portable. But with it being in a brand new chassis, it is definitely not perfect. It creaks and rattles a little and feels less sturdy on the bottom. In its highest performance mode, it just runs too hot, which definitely should be fixed. And that RTX 5080 is a little limited, so you're not getting the performance of some way thicker laptops. But I am definitely looking forward to the next generation of this thing, because if they manage to fix all of those little issues, it could be dangerous for the competition. Because it is so much cheaper than anything that HP, ASUS, or Razer are offering this year. And none of those guys have upgradable RAM, which is an awesome decision by MSI for a thin and light laptop. On a side note though, MSI, if you're listening, please stop using AI in all of your product naming. It sounds really dumb. If you want a thin and light gaming laptop and don't want to spend too much money in 2026, I would get this thing. If the competition didn't exist. Because the ASUS Zephyrus G16 has been around for quite a bit longer, and it has had time to be perfected. So should you spend more on a Zephyrus G16 or save some money and get the Stealth 16? Well, let's find out in the next video, where I'll be comparing those two head-to-head in full detail. Now we'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye.
8, 2, 6, 7.